Going on, dudes and dudettes? So USC football has been going off this last weekend when it comes to their 2025 recruiting class. They were able, I think it was either Thursday or Friday, to flip the four-star cornerback Jonas Williams from Oregon, and he's out of the state of Illinois. So that was great for them to get a four-star guy in that next year's class, and they are also able to get Simote Katoanga. Pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but he's a local guy, pretty close to USC, a four-star edge. And with that, according to Rivals, I think even with only the quarterback on Friday, they were put in as the number one class in the country at that time. And then after Simote's commitment, they're now the number one class in 247 Sports class, which is really awesome. And then now they have a new prediction alert by Steve Wiltfong, who's the guy to trust when it comes to where these guys are going, for a four-star wide receiver in Trent Mosley. He's another California product, local guy in that 2025 class. So yeah, it's trending up for a lot of these local products, which is great, especially because this year California is very loaded, and it's not just like one particular position, because I know everybody's like, oh, why didn't USC get quarterbacks during this one year? But I think it was like Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, who else? I think it was CJ Stroud that year too. They all went to other places, but it's just crazy that USC wasn't trying to get one of them. They kind of did get Bryce Young for like half a year, and then he went somewhere else. But either way, got to move on from that. But yes, as of right now, their future recruiting is moving up, and they are, like I said, in the rankings moving up too. So we'll see where they end up, like on 3 and some of those other places too. But yes, definitely very excited about this. I almost didn't want to put out another video right now on Monday as you're watching this, but hopefully I have some more stuff to talk about later in the week when it comes to commitments. And then, yes, it was senior day for the women's basketball side, obviously celebrating players like Dominique Darius, Kiki Iriafen, Raya Marshall, Talia Von Ohoffen, and Clarice Okonwafu. Yeah, those are some very good ladies on the team and have been around for quite a bit. And then USC was able to get that victory on Sunday against the number 25 team in Illinois, 76-66. So yeah, it was pretty close going towards the end, kind of like that more recent game against Michigan State too, and even that game against Washington also. But at least in 2 of those games, especially like the one today, they still had the lead. They lost it a bit, but then were able to build it back up and eventually end up closing out. Very tough Big Ten schedule, and they actually still have one more game this Saturday coming up against their hated rival UCLA at UCLA. So hopefully they can still get this victory, and pretty much whoever wins that game gets to be the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Either way, both teams are going to get those first 2-day buys or whatever it is and not have to play right away. But I guess if you're the number 1 team, then you might have an easier opponent eventually over the next couple of rounds and games. But either way, as long as you end up playing against them in the finals, that's all that really matters, right? But either way, I still don't think USC has to win the Big Ten tournament to be able to be a number 1 seed. They've done enough, only losing 2 games so far in the regular season, so I'm not really worried about their seeding in the March Madness tournament. But hopefully, if they win it, then they should be an automatic number 1 seed, in my opinion. Then there was another official visit that a guy put out pretty recently. His name is Jackson Samuels Ford. Looks like he's visiting June 13th through the 15th. That was great. And then Booby Feaster, that 4-star wide receiver reclassified from the 2027 class, looks like his visiting schedule has him at USC June 6th through the 8th. So we'll see if that's still 100% true. And then a 4-star linebacker, Talanoa Ely, put out a top 7. He's another local California guy in USC, made the list. That was awesome. And then tight end Davis put out a top 14. I believe he's a 4-star defensive end. I think he's from Missouri and has USC in that top 14. So hopefully they will be able to be down in his recruitment later in the process. And then a 4-star wide receiver, Naeem Burrows, is going to be visiting USC June 13th as well. So yeah, a little bit of a quick update on some of the recruiting and official visits and top 7s and all that top lists and stuff. It's going to be coming out soon. I kind of dislike the fact that these guys are committing so early, because it kind of leads up from right now until early December when they get signed. In that early signing day period, to where other teams could come in with more money or other false, hopes and wishes that they'll give them, and wish it, like all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully USC can still keep a lot of these guys, unlike losing like a lot of those top guys from Georgia that they did last season, but hoping for the best in this situation. And House of Victory had a signing. They did get the defensive end Cameron Fountain, who's a second-year player at USC, so congrats to him. And then the USC women's beach volleyball team started off pretty nicely here. They had a couple losses early, but they were able to beat Arizona State 5-0. Then had a big-time matchup against the number 2 team, TCU, and got that victory 3-2. So that was great out there in Hawaii. And then they also beat the number 3 team in the nation, UCLA, in the next game 3-2. So yeah, a lot of big-time matchups, and luckily they were still able to get these victories. So very nice, and that 4-peat is within distance. So we'll see if they can do it. And the men's baseball team did get a victory against Rice 7-4 the other day. Sadly, they did lose the next game, but hopefully they will be able to get back on track. The men's tennis team did take down their rival UCLA 4-3 in that scoring, so congrats to them. And then Aaliyah Farmer, who's a midfielder for the women's soccer team, signed with a team, I think they're from Mexico, called Tigres. So yeah, that's pretty cool. She made it there. Another player on that soccer team, Maylee Hayes, a forward, signed with SCU Torrente. Don't know exactly where that is. Might be Portugal. Could be wrong, but either way, congrats to her. And then Inez Darien, looks like she made the women's national team under 19 for the U.S. side, so that's pretty great for her. And even Aaliyah Farmer made the Mexico team when it comes to, yeah, their main national team, not even under 19. So yeah, big congrats to her also. And then Caitlin Dobler was a Big Ten champion in the 100-yard breaststroke in those championships for the Big Ten, so congrats. And even Mina Abraham had her own record broken at the 200-yard freestyle. I think she still won silver, but either way, she broke a record, which is really cool. Then another Big Ten champion for Caitlin Dober in the 200-yard breaststroke. So yeah, she definitely swept up that. And then the women's lacrosse team, they're number 23 in the nation, and got that victory against UC Davis the other day, 12-7. So yeah, they're still rolling. So congrats to those ladies. And then the Anaheim Ducks had a victory on the road in Boston and got that 3-2. So yeah, a lot of good stuff here for the USC and local teams and stuff. Hopefully that new video of like Duke and Lakers Chargers update will be coming out hopefully Tuesday. We'll see. Trying to wait on a couple more days if no more stuff gets added to those teams, but either way, look out for that soon. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. If I don't.